Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to talk about my physical TBR. So I recently did an entire 40-minute feature-length film for my Patreon going over my bookshelf organization. I did it over 2 months back in April of 2023, and then I showed them the updated bookshelves here in January. I really just wanted to go over my TBR because one of my goals this year is to read the books off of my TBR. Yes, I will be picking up anticipated releases and picking up things for book clubs, picking up things for the podcast and so forth. But I kind of want to just get like a starting point, what we're looking at, and then maybe check in at the end of the year and see how things changed. So let's go over the books that I have on my physical TBR. First, before we get to the actual shelves, we're going to talk about this stack because these are books that I have pulled off of my physical TBR. These books, which are on my February TBR. So these are the books that I have pulled off my shelf for my February TBR. So we're not going to talk about those because hopefully I'm going to be reading all of those this month. But if you're interested, I'll spin it around and you can do a quick peek to see what I'm hoping to read in February. I also do have an entire February TBR video. If you're interested in watching that, I will have that linked down below for you. Okay. Let's start with this stack over here. So as all of you know, February is Black History Month. I pulled some of the books that I have that are written by Black authors, and these are ones that I'm hoping to get to throughout the month of February and just in the coming months. So let's go over the stack. All right, first up, The Butcher by Jennifer Hillier. When the Reckoning Comes by LaTanya McQueen. Little short horror book. Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. Black characters on the cover, we love to see. I also have a couple of books in the Mystery Bookshop series by V.M. Burns. One is super shiny, one is matte, but I have both of these. Disgrace by Brittany C. Cherry. This is a special edition of the book, but looking forward to this one. And I also have Loving Mr. Daniels by Brittany C. Cherry. Longshot by Kennedy Ryan. Before I Let You Go by Kennedy Ryan. Wonderland by Jennifer Hillier. These Toxic Things by Rachel Housel Hall. Slay by Brittany Morris. And The Reformatory by 𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒔. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say the author's name, but this is a chunky one. All right, I quickly wanted to just show you what the shelf looks like, and then we'll go over the books shelf by shelf. Okay, so we're going to start here on the top shelf with some dark academia, short books, and the Hunger Games quartet, and then I do have my book sleeves over here. So let's start here. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Babel by R.F. Kuang. Portrait of a Thief by Grace DeLee. All's Well by Mona Awad. The Truants by Kate Weinberg. Penance by Kanai Minoto. The Cat Who Saved Books. The Hanjin Murders. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Love and Saffron by Kim Fay. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. And then, like I said, The Hunger Games Quartet by Suzanne Collins. Okay, let's go into my romance shelf and I'll spin you around and we'll go over those one by one. We have the Mindfuck series by St. Abbey, and this is books 1 through 5, the bind up. I have Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I have All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. Another chunky one. And I have Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. I also have Throttled, book 1 in the Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. I have a couple of Sarah Adams backlist books, including The Enemy by Sarah Adams and The Match by Sarah Adams. I have the second book, In the Weeds by B.K. Borison, and Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins. One Night on the Island by Josie Silver. Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. You with a View by Jessica Joyce. Things You Save in a Fire by Catherine Center. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. In a New York Minute by Kate Spencer. The Not So Nice Girl by Skye McDonald. Anna Takes Manhattan by 𝒍𝒊𝒏𝒌𝒔. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. Another Sarah Adams, The Temporary Roomie by Sarah Adams. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. And then I have books 2, 3, and 4 in the Bergman Brothers series. The second book is Always Only You. The third book is Ever After Always. And the fourth book is With You Forever. This next shelf is all of my thrillers, so let's go through those. We have I Am Pilgrim by Terry Hayes. The Half Sister by Sandy Jones. The Guilt Trip by Sandy Jones. The Blame Game by Sandy Jones. Saint X by Alexis Schrettenkin. Dark Roads by Chevy Stevens. Adam by Ted Decker. One of Us is Dead by Geneva Rose. Two Nights in Lisbon by Chris Pavon. The Senator's Wife by Liv Constantine. My Sweet Girl by Amanda J. Just One Look by Lindsay Cameron. And Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Warble. All right, moving on to the paperback thrillers now. I have The Younger Wife by Sally Hepworth. The Blue Bar by 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒌𝒔. Never Let You Go by Chevy Stevens. The Retreat by Mark Edwards. The Violent Conspiracy by Brendan Slocum. Never Lie by Frida McFadden. The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. The Missing by Kirsten Modglin. The Simple Plan by Scott Smith. Shutter Island by Dennis Lehan. Security by Gina Rollsdorf. Burntown by Jennifer McMahon. And finally, Adrift by Lisa Brydew. On the fourth shelf, I have my horror books, and I also have some book box subscription books. We'll go over the horror books first. I have The Book Eaters by Sunyi Dean. Chasing the Boogeyman by Richard Scheismar. I have This Behemoth, House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. I don't know how to say the name. I'm sorry. Daniel Sawinski. I don't know. Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. And The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek by Rhett McLaughlin and Link Neal. The Long Walk by Stephen King. Pet Sematary by Stephen King. The Haunted by Bentley Little. At Home with the Horrors by Sammy Scott. The Nightmare Room by Chris Swarenson. The Haunting of Gillespie House by Darcy Coates. And another Darcy Coates, The Haunting of Blackwood House. And then finally, I have some young adult horror. I have books 1 and 2 in the 𝒬𝒑 haul series by Diane Hoy. So let's see, the first one is The Silent Scream, and then the second one is The Roommate. I also have Weekend by Christopher Pike, I Saw You That Night by R.L. Stine, The Snowman by R.L. Stine, The Fog by Carolyn B. Cooney, Trick or Treat, and I have a couple Fear Streets, Ski Weekend by R.L. Stine, Switched by R.L. Stine, and Bad Moonlight by R.L. Stine. And some of the book box subscription books that I have from Book of the Month and Aardvark are Where You End by Abbott Collier, What Waits in the Woods by Terry Parlato, Sugar Baby by Celine St. Clair, Love Interest by Claire Gilmore, The Favorites by Rosemary Hennigan, First Light Winds by Ashley Elston, Only If You're Lucky by Stacy Willingham, and The Mystery Guest by Nita Prose. On the fifth shelf, I have general fiction, historical fiction, fantasy, basically everything else except for cozy mysteries and graphic novels. So on that shelf, I have the selected works of 𝒕𝒐𝒏𝒏𝒈 by Reeve Larson, Hello Beautiful by Anne Napolitano, Keeping Lucy by T. Greenwood, Vacation Land by Meg Mitchell Moore, Under the Influence by Noelle Crooks, Small Mercies by Dennis Lehan, Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club by J. Ryan Stradle, Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer, Ocean State by Stuart Onan, Once Upon a Sunset by Tiff Marcello, 800 Grapes by Laura Dave, My Name is Memory, The Hole We're In by Gabrielle Zivin, Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen, Summer Sisters by Judy Bloom, The Divorce Party by Laura Dave, and London is the Best City in America by Laura Dave. And the very bottom of the shelf is my unread graphic novels and my unread cozy mysteries. We'll go over the cozy mysteries first. So I have A Fatal Groove, The Girl with the Dragon Fruit Tattoo. I have the first two books in the Buried in a Good Book series. So Buried in a Good Book and On Spine of Death. I have Live and Let Chai by Bree Baker, By Book or by Crook by Eva Gates, Cheddar Off Dead by Corinna Moss. Then I have the first three books in the Shady Hollow Cozy Mystery series. So Shady Hollow, Cold Clay, and Mirror Lake. And then Smile Beach Murder by Alicia Bissett. The comics, graphic novels, and manga that I have Hokey Volume 1 and Hokey Volume 2, Paul Casso and A First Time for Everything, The Montague Twins, The Witch's Hand, Space Boy Volume 1, Sourceline Volume 1 and Sourceline Volume 2, In Limbo, Keeping 2 by Jordan Crane, My Last Summer with Cass, Spinning by Tilly Walden, Sweet Valley Twins, Best Friends, the first one, and Heartstopper Volume 5. And the last stack here, New Kid by Jerry Craft, Another Kind, Donuts and Doom, Teen Titans Robin, Heartless Prince, Enter the Blue, and last but not least, Bear. So that concludes my physical TBR tour. Don't forget that Let's Get Graphic will be coming up at the very beginning of March. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and then keep your eyes peeled for my community tab towards the middle of February sometime. And I will give you all of the details. I'm very excited about it. So hopefully I can knock some of those off of my TBR. And then in April, I'm going to be doing a book box subscription clear out with my patrons. So that should also knock a lot of books off of my TBR. If you want to join my Patreon, the link is in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye, friends.